an object is launched at 19.6 meters per second from a 58.8 meter tall platform. The equation for the object's height, so let's just underline this. I know my height represents s at time t seconds, so t is my seconds. After the launch is this function right here, where s is in meters. Let's just talk about this function right here. I know that this is the height of the object at any given time, so that's what that represents, and t represents time in seconds. Just remember that. First question says, when will the object strike the ground? If this represents the height of the object at any given time and it strikes the ground, then the height will be 0. So we're just going to replace this with 0 equals negative 4.9 t squared plus 19.6 t plus 58.8. This means that if I solve this for t, then I will know what time it will take for that object to hit the ground. Sometimes it seems like it's not factorable, but you can actually factor this by taking out a negative 4.9 to begin with. That is the greatest common factor of all these three coefficients right here. So let's take out a negative 4.9 by just dividing each one by negative 4.9 and factoring that GCF on the outside. 0 equals negative 4.9 on the outside. These cancel out, so I'm left with t squared. 19.6 divided by negative 4.9 is just negative 4t, and 58.8 divided by negative 4.9 is negative 12. 0 equals negative 4.9, and let's factor this trinomial right here. What multiplies to negative 12? Well, when you add them, you get negative 4. And if you came up with t minus 6 and t plus 2, then you are doing this correctly. So now that I have this factored to solve for t, super easy. Just write two equations. One of them will be this from this binomial. This is the 0 property rule. T minus 6 equals 0. And the other one is just t plus 2. My t's look like pluses. Let's make that a little better. T plus 2 equals 0. And solve for t. So you can do this by adding 6 to both sides. Now you got 6 equals t. And solving the other one, you get t equals negative 2. One of these makes sense, which is the one that's 6. So at 6 seconds, that object will hit the floor at 0 height. This doesn't make sense because you can't get a negative time, so don't put that as one of your answers. The last question is, when will the object reach its highest point? The highest point is always the vertex of a parabola. And to find the vertex, we'll use this negative b over 2a formula. We don't have x, this time we have t, so let's just say t equals negative b over 2a. Looking back at my trinomial, I know that this is my a, that is my b, and that is my c. It's already in standard form, so just put that into the vertex formula at the bottom, and you got negative 19.6 over 2 times negative 4.9, and if you simplify that, you get 2. So when will the object reach its highest point? 2 seconds is your answer. If you like this video, subscribe, throw me a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace.